Crazy story of Bill Morgan, who won a new car just months after being in a coma and being declared clinically dead. Then 37, while recreating the moment for TV news, he won a further £250,000. A home was spared from a deadly wildfire in southwest Kansas after putting the sprinklers on before leaving. In 2015, a father saved his son's life when doctors wrongly declared him brain dead and were taking him off life support. He barricaded himself in the hospital room and had a standoff with a SWAT team until his son squeezed his hand. The son then made a full recovery. Sylvester Stallone still has the turtles from the movie Rocky. They are now over 40 years old. Until the 19th century in Asia, elephants were trained to execute and torture prisoners and traitors. Syndrome K, the fake disease invented by Italian doctors that fooled the Nazis and saved countless of Jewish lives. Jewish children were instructed to cough in imitation of tuberculosis when soldiers passed through the hospital. The Nazis thought it was a cancer or tuberculosis, and they fled like rabbits. A Chinese farmer has spent 16 years studying law by himself so that he could sue a chemical company for allegedly polluting his land. He was unable to afford the books from the library, so paid the library in corn. He sat in the library and copied all the books by hand. He has now won the first instance in a high-profile court case against a state-owned company. The Indian Railways employs more than 1 million employees. The bearded woman used in P.T. Barnum's Freak Show in early 1900. Fidel Castro survived over 600 assassination attempts. Adolf Hitler was the first ever prime minister to initiate the ban on human zoos. Thousands of Nazis fled to America after World War II. According to NPR, hundreds of Nazis settled in the United States after the war. According to the Book and Review, many entered the country one by one and served as spies for the American intelligence officials. They were able to start over, living under false names so as to protect the identities and their past. Nearly 70% of Russia's men born in 1923 were dead by the end of World War II, but many of these deaths happened much earlier as a result of things like famine and childhood illnesses. Of those born that year who survived to fight in World War II, about 44% died. The Aztecs sacrificed 250,000 people a year. This constituted about 1% of the region's population of 25 million. John Condon was an Irish soldier born in Waterford. He was believed to have been the youngest Allied soldier killed during the First World War. At the age of 14 years old, he lied about his age, and he claimed to be 18 years old when he signed up to join the army in 1913. Mike the Headless Chicken was a cockerel who lived for 18 months after having its head cut off. In the United States, there are 18.5 million vacant homes. When you hear figures like this, it's hard not to get angry and upset at governments that are letting people down. Becoming homeless can happen to anyone. Crows are actually one of the most intelligent animals on the planet. It's said that crows are able to recognize a human face. So a rule here is, never annoy a crow, or it might just come around to haunt you. Oscar the Therapy Cat. Oscar the Therapy Cat lives in Steer House Nursing Home and Rehabilitation Centre in Providence, Rhode Island. He resides in the dementia unit and keeps residents company. It's said that Oscar can sense when a resident is about to pass away and will sleep next to them right until their end.